Morning, sir.
Good morning. Happy late 4th of July. Hey, by the way, yesterday we celebrated my oldest brother's birthday. It was 93.
Happy birthday, Uncle Frank.
Do you realize he was only 10 when we started this restoration? So we better beat him before he turns 100. Awesome. Hello, guys. Here we are. This looks like some medieval experiment.
Sure does.
We're pulling out the power steering fluid because it leaks.
Yeah, we have tried some more to get those power steering lines to not leak, but they leak. These are the Vintage Air DSE kit, and they just leak. So I'm going to replace those. If anybody has any ideas on something better for that, let me know. I got to take these off and just figure out what kind of fittings they are. I don't remember if they're AN6 or AN4 or what. The return side's probably okay, but the pressure side down there is leaking. And has been leaking like ever since. So drip, drip, drip on the bottom of the car. So I just tightened that thing down as best I could, and it still leaks. So we got to replace those. So Pops is just pulling all the power steering fluid out for the second time because we replaced. Okay, you're getting to the end there.
Yeah, that's it.
So then you can bloop, 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 push. We'll drain all this stuff out of there. There's not that much in there. There's still a lot of air bubbles, which is surprising. We keep turning the wheels and stuff, but there's still air in there, which could be because of leaks. I don't know. Anyway, so Pops is going to work on that, and I'm going to start working on the hydraulics for the rear brakes today. Get started on that. Yeah? You having fun?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the fitting we took out of there. Got this weird little compression fitting thing on there, and it just did not seal properly. So I'm going to redo this. So this is AN6 on both ends, which is nice. If anybody knows, just offhand, what kind of hose is good for this, I don't care if it's stainless or not. I'm not going to worry about that. But I don't know the pressure rating and stuff on this stuff. I can look it up. But if anybody has a good idea for some solution for this, let me know, please. And so that's that. So we're going to move on to the hydraulics here in the back now. So we'll get the rear brake lines done. And Pops can sit and relax for a while I'm crawling around under the car again. All right, so here we have the flex line coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of sheet metal, wrap it around this thing here, bolt it in place to this guy, and then we'll run the hard lines from here over to each side. So we have, this guy's got to go that way. I've got to get the, that way. Got to figure out where the brake fitting goes on that caliper because they're not on there, it doesn't look like. And I think I have the hoses here to go in this guy. So this one's going to be a little fun because the hard line's going to have to come from here and kind of do an S-curve and then come back into this guy. And then going to the other side, I got to get around all these brackets and stuff, so that's going to be fun too. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, so we're going to put a 1/4 by 20 through here. You can't see that. Up. Where are you? There you are. For now, and we'll figure out what we're going to do. I want to highlight that this solution is temporary. I'm going to come up with something more permanent later. But for now, we're just going to do this. So let me get this drilled out, and we'll show you what we're doing. All right, so just drilled that guy through there. And then I'm going to bend the metal up here around this and then tack weld it in place so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, there you see what we did there. Just a couple of fugly welds down there, but that's fine. And then now this guy's ready to drape around the rear end there. Okay, so idea now is this thing's going to go over the rear end like that with this thing facing up. So we just have to figure out how we're going to curve this around. Something. like that. So I just have to find where, man, keep it down over there. I'm gonna find where the center line is here and point this up and then go from there. Alright, so we fiddled this thing around. I actually put it on upside down so I could figure out where I needed to do the drilling and such. So we're going to put a pilot hole here, hopefully in the right place. Try and drill this one all the way through to the other side. See any gear oil leaking out, so that's good. This is supposed to just be a support brace here that doesn't actually go through the rear end, so. What? Dang, girl. Okay. Now in theory, this thing should line up here. I'll go through there, like so. Yep, that looks good. Then I have to figure out somehow to line up where the other hole goes. But like I said, this thing's actually upside down, so that might make things a little easier. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to come out on video, but there's the final beast. You can see, so this clamps around the rear end here. So I ran a piece of 1/4 inch by 20 all thread through that back part, or will, to clamp this down, and then the soft line clamps on right there. So we'll let that paint dry and we'll get that up in there. Alright, so we're starting to look at the lines here. So these guys, luckily, Moser put these on the rear end. I didn't even ask for them, and luckily they did, because otherwise I'd be toast. But unfortunately, they powder coated all these all holes and everything in the rear end, so nothing fits. So this guy not gonna work. So got a drill here and a little sandpaper thing. One of these guys. See if that'll clear it out well enough. Look at that. Money. Alright, so I have this thing kind of sort of designed to go up in there. I'm going to show you how that fits up in a minute. I've got to get this thing flared. I've got to get this thing on there in a way where it's out of the way while we flare it, which is a little tricky. I want to see here what we can get. We did a trial run on another piece and it seemed to go okay, so hopefully this will work. I'm going to do this off camera, sorry. second. All right, so we got the bubble insert in there, or the inverted part, the first part, phase one, whatever it's called. Jack that up in there, break it off, see what we ended up with. Gotta, you can see up in there or not what we got. And you put the cone. Seal it up. Pump, pump, pump. And let's see what we got. Looks like an inverted flare. How'd we do?
That's the inside clamp.
Put the thing on backwards, you dingleberry. How come one of you guys didn't mention that on the video?
You can go all the way around, can't you?
Maybe. Shit.
I was gonna ask.
Alright, let's get stable. Alright, so here you can see our bracket that we installed here. There's the flex line going off to the caliper over there. It's in here, and then this is the line we just fabricated that goes up around the back there. So the flex line from the car, right there. And that's as far as we got for today. This thing kicked our ass. We tried getting this thing in position first and then trying to put the fittings on and stuff. That didn't work. We ended up kinking the lines and stuff. So this time we just made it what I thought was approximately the right length, put the fittings on, put the rock guard on, and just basically hand bent it up in there, and that worked. So next time we'll do the one for the passenger side here. Same thing, I gotta get this up and around here somewhere. We'll figure that out next time. Hopefully that'll be easier than this one was. So that took way longer than I thought it would, as usual. So we're gonna call it a day there. All right, so yeah, that's gonna do it for today. So we'll get that next hard line done next time. I'm gonna look into these power steering lines here. Again, anybody have any thoughts on that, let me know. And then we're gonna do the power brakes next, or parking brakes next, I should say. And then we have the clutch left to go, and that's it. Like, mechanicals are done as far as I know. And then from there we move on to this mess here. So I ordered the dash, steering wheel, all that stuff. It's all replacement 1977 stuff. So we'll start putting all this together. And in very short order, we'll be able to at least pull this thing out of the driveway. We got, you know, the old seats, or the seats that I bought from scrapyard. So we got stuff. We can start throwing this thing together and get it out of the garage. That'll be fun. So yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody. If you have any comments, questions, please let me know, and we'll see you on the next one.